Hey everybody, welcome to etrailer.com. I'm Bobby, and today we're taking a look at etrailer Kayak Carrier with tie-down kit here on our 2020 Subaru Ascent. Now this can be an awesome way of getting your kayaks to wherever you need to go. Great things about it, not going to be breaking the bank to get a host of great features that you might see in some more of those premium kayak carriers. Right out of the gate, you are going to get the included strap kit. Now what you're getting with that are these two nice tie-down kits here in the middle, and bow and stern anchor straps, and some dog bones thrown in to make those temporary mounts that much easier for ourselves. Now the great thing about this strap kit, we kind of just try to get it on all of the carriers that we actually sell because it does give you a lot of great features. Yes, you're getting a nice strap to make sure you're fitting across all of your kayaks, but one great little thing with it too, they are going to have these nice little nylon tie downs. Those are going to be great for, as you guys can see, tying in that extra strap. That way we're not having to tie them, they're not coming undone, billowing all over us as we are taking this kayak on the road. With 150 pounds capacity as well, you're definitely not losing any capability with this carrier. And as we break down later in the video, you are going to see a lot of great features, even on the carrier itself. Now, it's not going to take us too much time to actually get this kayak off, so I guess let's hop to it here. We want to go ahead and start here in the back. I want to go ahead and show us our tie downs here. Now, a lot of times with these guys, you're going to see these bow and stern straps on a lot of carriers, and they're definitely recommended, and in my opinion, very much needed. You don't want that wind gusting through and grabbing it. So as you can see today, we just have our strap ran through like so, through that cam buckle system. One great thing about these cam buckles, as you're going to see even on the middle ones, they are going to come with this nice little cover. What that's going to be great for, we can cover that exposed metal. Innately, that's going to protect it from any kind of corrosion, any kind of rust, or kind of gunk getting on the inside of that cam buckle. But also, it's going to do a great job of covering that entire cam buckle. Therefore, won't be making contact with our vehicle or even our kayak as we have it up there. That way, we are staying nice and protected. To give you guys a quick little look here, though, I'm going to go ahead and show how this dog bone is actually set in here. So, I pop this guy like so. You can see that we just have this guy hanging right there. Now these dog bones are great because we can throw them anywhere inside our vehicle and create a temporary mounting point. A lot of times, a lot of carriers, you're seeing like a metal hook in there, and that can work great. However, you have to have a hard point of contact, and therefore this makes it way easy, and we don't have to actually find ourselves and scrounge for a place we can put it. We can just throw this inside and start making it nice and tight for ourselves. Now the rest of the straps aren't going to take too much time at all. I'm just going to go ahead and for today remove my front bow here. Get this guy unran like so. And all I've done today is kind of ran through this cam buckle strap up the top here. So you can do this in a host of different ways. Your kayak might be a little different at the top there. But I'm going to go ahead and all I've done is taken that extra loop, thrown it through, and tied it off on the top there. So you can see how I have that guy. Very easily to take that guy off. And now we are nice and loose for ourselves. I'm going to go ahead and do the same here in our stern, just to make sure that we don't have any contact with our vehicle as we go along. Now it's going to be a little hard for me, as you guys can see, because this actually is quite high here on our vehicle. So that's one thing that I would recommend, maybe bringing a step stool along with you. Now our Ascent is somewhat of a taller vehicle, so it definitely is a lot more disadvantage for us. And luckily for me, I'm a little bit taller here, so I can actually make this takedown. But I definitely recommend it, even if you aren't 6'1", it can be very helpful to grab an extra step stool to get yourself up. So to go ahead and take down the rest of our straps, so aren't going to take us any time, we just simply want to pull right here, open these guys out. And I do want to take note of exactly how we have this in here. As you can see, our straps are ran across the front of our kayak here, both of them coming over from the top across here. I want to go ahead and I want to expose this for ourselves. And just punch this guy right here and start bringing our strap all the way through. But again, take note of how we have these ends going. We have our cam buckle end stretched across our kayak, going across on the back side there and coming back around, and then simply underneath our carrier. And the big important part for me is running this underneath our roof rack system here. That way we are getting it nice and secure on here and not just relying entirely on our carrier. To take it off, all we have to do is pull on our cam buckle strap and take the rest of the strap out. So one thing to take note with these guys though, I find it easier to go ahead, put the kayak up on there, and start running your cam buckle through. Why I say that? There's really no great way of it holding on top of our carrier, and I'll kind of break that down later when our kayak's off of how we have this ran exactly. For today though, I'm just going to go ahead and bring this guy to the side so I can show you it when we are released. Well, now that all of our stuff's done, we can go ahead and take our kayak off. To do so, I like to push on the bottom of our kayak here. And what that allows me to do is get most of that weight actually on that carrier. So right here, I'm not really even holding anything, just kind of keeping it balanced here. This can be helpful to make sure you are nice and set here so we can get underneath our kayak, lift it off, and get going. Well, as you guys can see here, we have our carrier exposed. If we want to, we can kind of hop up and take a closer look. Open my door for my old video guy over here, and we can hop right in. So we can hop up, and we can start taking a look at the carrier itself. Taking a look here, you can see we are getting some nice foam paddings on the side here. Great, so we don't have any contact on our aluminum with our kayak, preventing any kind of damage. And as I mentioned, it is aluminum, so very lightweight, going to be rust resistant, not going to be worried about corrosion, which is awesome for us. Again, some foam backing on the back here, again, so we don't have any kind of contact with our aluminum, with our kayak. And I do like this springboard action here on our rubber. What that's great for, taking a lot of that kinetic energy as we're riding and really reducing that kind of shock. Therefore, we won't be popping our kayak off of our carrier, which is great for ourselves. Now with these guys, you can see they are in their J-style position here. But one thing that's great about them, we can actually drop them down. So let's go ahead and see exactly what height we're working with here. From the roof of our vehicle to the end, go ahead and put it in the front here for us guys. It's putting us right at 21 inches and 1/4 there to the top. So definitely a lot of height to consider, almost 2 feet, right? If we wanted to pull this in the garage, definitely wouldn't be able to in this position, but that's where our handy dandy teeth levers come right into play. As you can see, exposing that element, allowing us to drop this down and get this nice and condensed. Just kind of have to line up those teeth, and we are nice and dropped in like so. So I really like how fast that is to do. And with a quick little look here, I can see that we are about right under 9 inches there. So about 8 3/4 to the end of our now exposed carrier there. So definitely great to shave down a lot of that space. Again, now we can get this in the garage. Gonna have no problem at all, I think, for ourselves, as we're not really adding too much to our height. Now how this guy mounts on is just this simple little flange mount here at the bottom. These hand knobs are very easily taken down and kind of just loosened to allow us to remove this off. That flange just swings underneath and allows us to remount there on a host of different bars. So whether you have arrow, round, square, or factory like we do on our Subaru, gonna have no trouble at all in getting on them. Now I do recommend that they do a better job on arrow bars, just as how they're designed. Kind of having a wider element definitely helps, but they are gonna be okay on a host of different racks. Well, as you guys see, very easily kind of taken down there. I really like how fast that J-mount can come down and get out of the way for ourselves. Taking a look though, I do want to point out exactly how these straps were put on there. So really, they're not too much to it. I just want to go ahead, run my cam buckle through one side, bring the other at the top here. And just like that, as you can see, that's where our kayak would be sitting, just to give you guys an idea of how we want that mount to go. And that is important because that's actually pushing our kayak into our carrier. Well, guys, I think that about does it for all of the specs here. Again, I think the etrailer Kayak Carrier is an amazing option. You're going to host a lot of those great features that you might see on some of those more higher end without having to break the bank. However, in my opinion, it has one big flaw: no great security measure. That means we don't have any locking cores holding this guy in, no way to make sure that it stays to our vehicle when we leave it unattended. So usually you end up having to take it down and put it inside your vehicle. Now that's not the biggest headache in the world, as it is very easy to mount with that flange mount. However, it can become a bother time and time again. So if you do find yourself taking this out a lot and it is a real concern for you, I might recommend taking a look at the Yakima J-Lo Kayak Carrier. It's going to give you a lot of the great features that you saw today on here, and with just a little bit of a higher price point, you are going to make sure that your kayak carrier stays nice and secure to your vehicle for years to come. Well, I think that about does it for our look at the etrailer Kayak Carrier with tie-down kit here on our 2020 Subaru Ascent. I'm Bobby. Thank you for watching.